Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. Now, I wanted to do a video addressing what's happening at the moment because we are going through turbulent times, and this is all regards to Ascension, and explain why it's turbulent. Okay, I think a lot of people kind of think that there's just more negative things coming into our world, into our life, and that it's just one thing after another. But in this video, I'm going to address what is actually happening. Now, what I'm seeing and what I'm being channeled is quite a lot of the time somebody's going through a lot of issues and turbulent issues that are being exposed, very deep core issues, I must say. They've been hanging around for a very long time. And one thing we must understand is that it could have been something earlier in your life in this current life, but it could be something that you've had for thousands of years. Remember, within the simulated reality, that this simulation has been going on for very close to 1 million years it was created. So if you're one of those souls or sources that was trapped here near the start of that simulation creation, then you've been here many, many, many lifetimes. And that is a lot of baggage to take. So all of a sudden, we're going through a process which we call Ascension, which is governed by a consciousness called Ascension, that is allowing I like to use the analogy of a torchlight, to flash a torchlight that covers a wide spectrum of the vibrations and frequencies. Now, when we're getting exposed to that light or that frequencies, then more of what's been buried deep inside us, not within only this lifetime, but many of the other lifetimes of how long we've been here, most likely hundreds of thousands of years of lifetimes, is all being exposed or brought to the surface. Okay, and one person from the perception or perspective could say, well, that's great because now we can identify it and do something about it. And then there could be the point of view of people that I quite often see as saying, there's just more things attaching to me, attacking me. There's more entities just attacking to me and attaching. It's not about things attaching to you now. It's things that you've had connected to you for a very long time. Now, it's a whole analogy of what our eyes can perceive and its ability of what spectrum of frequency it can see. And in previous videos I've said with our eyes that our physical eyes within the simulation, not our pineal gland, not our third eye, is the fact that we can only see a fraction of 0.005% of what is in the universe. Now, is that by accident? No, that has been done by purpose, so that therefore we were lambs to the slaughter, so to speak. Okay, a lot of things were happening around us, and this was created to think, and we were kind of brainwashed to think that, hey, this is our reality. While a lot of other things in the unseen are going about playing you around like a puppet and working you the way they want to work to get the things out of you and use you as an energy source. So essentially what is happening at the moment, why there's going to be turbulence, is the fact that if you've been here for a very long time, as I say, you've got a lot of baggage. There could have been trauma that happened in this lifetime earlier on, which you most likely had trauma in previous lifetimes too. And that could be in any way. That could be issues with security, issues with love within a family or a loved one. It could be illness. It could be a number of things. Now, what we're currently doing at the moment is when we look at the simulation, we see a constructed time, right? And time was originally introduced to the simulation to lower the consciousness of humanity. Now, how it lowers consciousness is the fact that it takes us out of the infinite now. Now, we've got our simulated self here within the simulation. We've got our true self, or we could call our source self. Some people like to call it the soul. I like to call it our source self because that's where we originate from. That's our true self. This is the simulated self that you're seeing here in front of you right now in the camera. Now, as we go for Ascension, the whole thing about Ascension is getting the simulated self closer to originating back to your source. Okay? And to originate back to the source, you need to be exposed to a broader spectrum of frequency. Okay. Now, our source self lives not in the simulation, and it lives out there within the infinite. Okay. Now, the infinite is where we get the infinite now, because in the infinite, there's no beginning or there's no end. So therefore, there's no measure of time. Okay. We've been programmed within this simulation that we've only got one life. Okay, we've got one life cycle where we get born and then we die. Now, a lot of negative energy comes around death because people fear it, don't they? That's louche. Now, and the whole idea of, what happens after we die? Okay, well, the whole construct or program of time, of a life cycle, of death is just that. It's just a program. We are infinite. Okay, and what I've been starting to use now is a symbol. As you can see, the infinity symbol. Okay, and this is a tensor ring, but in the symbolism of infinity. And this tool, okay, you'll see it a lot. A lot of people are making them, whether they're a small size for a pendant or on a bracelet, bigger sizes. And I found that there was a particular size that made it the most powerful, and this is the one you're looking at. As with the infinity symbol, the smaller you go in this ratio size, the weaker it becomes. It still emits that energy of infinite frequency. As the bigger you go from this size, it gets weaker as well. So I found this is the size we want to go to. And this is a tool that I'm going to be bringing to Truly Holistic, so keep an eye out for it. And for anybody that's been doing sessions lately with me, we've been using this to emit infinite frequencies into that person or into a particular part of that body or that being of that person that's got issues in it. Now, what I've found it does is by emitting infinite frequencies, the frequencies that are outside of the simulation, it's like having a big torchlight that can light a torch of the whole broad spectrum of all vibration, all frequency. So anything that was once hiding itself can no longer be hidden. Okay, when we do that, then we can go into the session a deeper level and find out exactly what is causing your issue. So this is an excellent tool, very, very powerful tool. Works very similar to, in this size, very similar to the crystalline sun ring that I sell at the moment. And it disperses energy out. It amplifies anything that you put on it. You can put little notes in it and so on too. So this has been a real find. I've been known about the symbolism for quite some time, but it's been coming to me a lot through my channel and something that I need to explore. And a big part of it is this whole pre-clearing that we do of using infinite frequencies as the analogy of a big torch to light up all areas of darkness to find out what specifically is causing a problem there. So how that aligns, as I said, with Ascension is the fact that we're dredging up this deep stuff that is now coming to the surface, and that's going to create a bit of turbulence because all of a sudden it's being exposed and we need to do something about it. Okay, I can help clear the stuff out, what we're doing in the sessions for people, but at the same time the individual is going to have to go through a process as well, and it's going to not make you feel comfortable. It's going to be a bit turbulent, but at the same time it's bringing truth to the whole scenario. And this is what a big part of my healings are, and also the fact of us getting back to our source self is realizing how much deceit and how many lies have been programmed within us. As we go closer to our source self, which is all about ascension, it's gonna be a little bit uncomfortable because we're gonna realize things that how much deceit was caused to us for so many lifetimes, within thousands and hundreds of thousands of years. And it's going to bring up a lot of stuff that we've been through many lifetimes, perhaps even this lifetime. But the positive side to note, as I say, is we can identify that now. it's going to connect the dots for you to understand what's going on instead of not knowing what's going on. And I see, within the simulation, people, go on about their life, and all of a sudden they get a big diagnosis as they get older, and they think, well, how did I get this? Why? And why can't we treat it? Why can't the medical establishment have the ability to treat it? Well, it's the whole fact, also the fact that your body is a conduit or a channel to give you symptoms, and symptoms is the communication. But sadly, a lot of our mainstream medicine and approaches is to nullify or dumb down your body's ability to communicate, and we remove symptoms only, not the cause. So another thing you must understand also, if you're going to a healer that is working on at a quantum level, working on the simulated reality and then going into the real reality in regards to connecting to source, okay, that we are looking for the causes. And these, when we are looking for causes, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to be great straight away. You're going to have to go through some hardships, because we're bringing up stuff that normally within the mainstream model they do not touch whatsoever, because all we're doing is, for example, if someone's got a pain in a certain area, they just give you pain relief, right? And that might make you comfortable while you're having the pain relief, but it's not getting rid of the problem. The problem is still there. You're just suppressing it. Very much the same for people that have abuse in their lifetime. At that time, the only option they've got, say they're in an abusive family, but they can't just leave out of that family as a young kid. But we suppress it, don't we? We put it away somewhere and we deal with it. We have to get through it. Now, at some point, if we want to go find more truth, ascend, get closer to our soul self, we are going to have to expose that. We're going to have to go through that suppressed emotional trauma, that suppressed abuse trauma in some ways. So I thought I'd do that video in regards to it, because I know people are going through a hard time, and I'm feeling it. I've had some personal stuff come through, and it is a process, because it was a journey leading up to being sick, journey being up to having a mental illness. It is a journey out of it, okay? And the journey out of it is seeking the truth, and the truth is going through many lifetimes. It's not just about taking a medication and removing your body's ability to communicate, which we call a symptom. There's more to it, and I thought I'd do a video for people to understand this concept a little bit more. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'd love to hear your comments below, and if you want to book an appointment with me, if you want to find out, get a little bit closer to your source self, and if you're a truth seeker and want to know a bit more, book an appointment at trulyholistic.net, and we can do some work for you, and also some coaching or spirituality coaching or insights if you'd like that too. We can accommodate that as well. Bye.